When you think of Louisiana, you probably picture jazz music, Mardi Gras, and good food. But one dish truly brings everyone together: gumbo. The smell of a big pot on the stove can fill a whole neighborhood with warmth. There's many different types of gumbo too. Today I'm going to share how gumbo is made, how much it costs, the difference between Cajun and Creole styles, the main types, and when people usually eat it. By the end, you'll see why gumbo isn't just a meal, it's Louisiana in a bowl. Now I'll be talking about how it's made. Let's start with how this famous dish comes together. How gumbo is made starts by with roux. Roux is a mix of flour and oil cooked until it turns deep brown. The darker the roux, the richer the flavor. Then comes from the Holy Trinity, the onions, bell peppers, and celery for the extra flavor. After that, you cook meat, broth, and other meats and peppers with spices to thicken it. It's slow cooked and always served over rice. According to the Southern Foodways Alliance, gumbo has evolved over generations, but always kept the soul, a blend of cultures and comfort in every bite. Now that we know how it's made, let's look at what it actually costs to make gumbo. The cost of a homemade pot of gumbo usually costs about $20 to $40, depending on ingredients. Seafood gumbo costs more because shrimp, crab, and oysters aren't too cheap at all. A chicken and sausage gumbo is more affordable and more common, but still full of flavor also. At a restaurant, a single bowl often runs $8 to $15. It's not the cheapest dish, but one pot can feed a crowd, and that's part of what makes gumbo worth it. Now I'll be talking about Cajun versus Creole gumbo. Of course, not all gumbo is the same. Let's talk about how the two main styles, Cajun and Creole, differ. Cajun gumbo is dark, spicy, and made with chicken and sausage. No tomatoes. Creole gumbo comes from New Orleans and usually includes tomatoes and seafood. The difference mainly comes from location. Cajun gumbo was made in the countryside, while Creole gumbo came from the city. Food historian John Foss, in his book The Encyclopedia of Cajun and Creole Cuisine, says both versions show how Louisiana's culture mixes African, French, Spanish, and Native American traditions together. When you eat gumbo, you're tasting the whole history behind it. The types of gumbo we'll be talking about next. Different types of gumbo are made by different people. The most common are chicken and sausage gumbo, seafood gumbo, duck or turkey gumbo during hunting season too. Some people use okra to thicken their gumbo, often prefer leafy powder from ground sassafras leaves. Every family has their own versions, with different meats, spices, and cooking times. According to Louisiana Travel, there's no single right way to make gumbo. Everyone adds their own twist, and that's what makes it so special. Next, I'll be talking about when people eat it during certain times. Now that we know the types, let's talk about when people usually eat gumbo. When people eat gumbo, it is most popular during the colder months or during winter, when a warm bowl really hits the spot. People often make it for family gatherings, holidays, football games, or get togethers. It's also a go to dish for feeding a crowd because one big pot can serve so many people. You'll find it at fundraisers, tailgates, and even small town festivals. It's one of those foods that always brings people together, no matter the time of year. Now, to wrap it up, the first part. Gumbo isn't just food, it's a symbol of Louisiana's culture, history, and community. From the roux to the rice, every bowl tells a story of how different people came together to create something. For a closing thought, it represents hard work, comfort, and pride in tradition. As False once said, if you understand gumbo, you understand Louisiana. And that's true. Gumbo connects families, neighbors, and generations. No matter what type you eat, gumbo will always be more than a meal. It's a taste of Louisiana itself.